I really wanted to look backwards and really think about the history of medicine from a feminist perspective and why it is how it is, you know. And of course, I don't want to be completely negative about modern medicine or the contemporary healthcare system, but there's a lot of structural things going on which produce inequality. And then I wanted to look at the history of that.
Olivia met with Kathryn Murphy, who is a lecturer at Oriel College, and she really directed Olivia's research to the Bodleian to look at these case books which we have exhibited in the gallery, which foreground the work of Richard Napier, who was an Elizabethan doctor but also an astrologer, and this was a complete revelation to Olivia and really grounds new thinking around her practice in a historical context.
So we had about a year and a half of intermittent, very exciting for me, conversations where we would meet up, talk about what she was thinking about, things that she'd been reading about and was curious about from the 16th and 17th century, and I would contribute what I could. We would develop ideas together or just have conversations which were really stimulating, and some of which I can see reflected in some of the pieces here.
What I learned from conversations with academics here is that in medieval times medicine was very much women's work. Like, it was seen as part of the domestic realm. Housewives and women would have, you know, their sort of recipe book for food, but you would also have your recipe book for how to make medicines from plants. And then when medicine became institutionalized in the early modern period and sort of up until the 19th century, you know, women were really pushed out and it became a very masculine realm when you had the emergence of these kind of institutions like the Royal College of Physicians.
And it was really exciting to me to see someone take that material and use it not for argument or description or a better, you know, articulation, but in order to make material objects, in order to metabolize all of that resource into a new kind of contemporary vitality. And that's really exciting to me and really exciting to work with and beside.
It's been a real treat. You know, I've sort of had a great time roaming around the university. Every time I find something I'm interested in, you know, I sort of could find someone who knew something about it, you know, someone who was expert on that, who could sort of open up, you know, kind of new avenues and illuminate, you know, all these weird historical things I was looking at.